Hello, my name is Simon Boer. I'm 25 years old and I'm from the Netherlands. I just retired from swimming, but I used to swim on the highest level. I'm European champion. I've been on the World Championships podium several times, and I went to the Paralympic Games in Rio. I started swimming because it's mandatory to swim as a kid in the Netherlands, and I liked it very much, so I kept swimming. And I think it's mostly because when you're swimming, you're not depending on, in my case, my prosthetic legs. So I think I felt some sort of freedom, what I really liked, and that's one of the reasons I kept on swimming. And the swimming became more and more, and in the end I started to swim in the talent group from the Netherlands, and then I started to swim in the national team, and I started to qualify for world championships, European championships. So yeah, that's a bit of my background. And of course I had a lot of highlights when I was working together with my coaches. I think one of the biggest highlight is when a plan comes together. So you're training with your coach, you're searching for the right plan, for the right technique, and when in the end the plan comes out and you swim the perfect race, that's a big highlight. And I think I had that in Glasgow 2015, and I became third in at the World Championships. So that's definitely one of my highlights. Other highlights is that I just like a laugh, and I think there are many highlights when it comes to not even on athlete level, but more like on personal level, that you're just having a good time, having a laugh. And for me, that's very important to to relax a bit as well. You can't always be 100% focused. I think you have to be focused on the right moments. So for me, there were a lot of highlights when there were just funny situations, making fun of each other, making fun of people's disability in a good way. Like, that's just a way of dealing with the situation you're in. So yeah, that were definitely some highlights. And of course was where the Paralympic Games in Rio, was the biggest highlight, because me and my coach, we worked so hard together to be there. And in the end, when you're both there, and it's indescribable how that feels. From the beginning till the end, it's just one big highlight, and I hope everyone who's watching this will experience that as well. What I've learned from my coaches are several things. I think one of the most important thing is that you have to look for the right balance. So like I just said about having a laugh sometimes and all that, I think in my case it's not always like, I really wanted to work hard to get to my goals, but sometimes my coach had to slow me down a bit, so I relaxed as well and make time for friends. And it's a bit unnatural for an athlete to have those moments with friends instead of being in the pool. But in the end, in the long run, it's definitely something I learned, because if you're 1 year only swimming and nothing else, you will be dead at the end of the season. And I've experienced that, and my coach told me that and gave me some new sides in that, and I think he really learned me that. So yeah, that's definitely one thing I learned. Recommendations and advices for coaches. Yeah, well, I think it's a bit the same as what I just said, but don't look only at the person as an athlete. I think look at the bigger picture. Like, is it going well with the study of my athlete? Is it going well with the mental health of my athlete? Is it going well with the physical health? But also, how is life going for him outside of the pool with friends and family? Because I think everything that is not going well outside of the pool, you will see it back in the pool or in any sport. So yeah, definitely look at the bigger picture and look at the long run, and don't always be focused on today or the next week, because as an athlete you're always wanting to win or swim the best race or swim the best training, and that's a good thing, but you can push too far, and so a coach has to look at the bigger picture and make sure that's like the basics are okay, and if the basics are okay, you can definitely swim harder and or whatever. So yeah, that. And if I have any advice for aspiring para athletes, um, well, communication is key. I know it's a bit cheesy, but yeah, definitely look. Just talk, because most of the time a coach has more than one athlete. So in my case, I was always swimming with 15 others, and I mean, you can have a bad day, or you can be in pain, or you can be sad, or you can be frustrated or anything, but you can't expect a coach to see all the signs.